I get so many people asking me, how the heck do you have grass in your chicken yard? And I will tell you right now, it's like part of it is just divine intervention, I think. But it's also some things that I have done. It's some things that I am doing. I'm going to show you all of that today. And I'm also going to show you, like, if you have a really small lot and there's just no way you're going to be able to have grass in it, I'm going to show you something that you can do so that your chickens will still get fresh greens right in your chicken yard. So let's get started. Hello friends, welcome to Chickenlandia. My name is Dahlia. I'm a backyard chicken educator, also known as the president of Chickenlandia. Raising chickens has been the best way for me to find peace and joy in my life, and I want to help you find that too. Okay, so you're probably wondering, this is Pickles, also known as Sergeant Pickles. My son, my 10-year-old named her Sergeant Pickles. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it's from. I don't know what these kids are doing these days. Anyway, she's super cute and sweet. I'm actually calling her Piccolina. I hope that doesn't mean anything offensive in a foreign language. She's very funny. Right now she's being quarantined. She's on this side of the yard. She's like super tame, and the sweetest people gave her to me. If you guys are watching, thank you so much. I absolutely love her. So a few weeks ago, I freaked everybody out by posting this thumbnail. And I think the title of the video was like, I had so many problems with my chickens, I had to do this. And yeah, I get it. It was a little bit clickbaity, but I was not lying. I feel like it's more clickbait when you're just like straight up lying, but I wasn't lying. I had moved all my chickens out of regular Chickenlandia, which I'm in right now. And this is the chicken yard, the original chicken yard that I started out in when we moved to this property. And I moved them all over to outer Chickenlandia. So they're still there right now. And the reason I did that is because I really wanted to regenerate the original Chickenlandia, grow some grass in here, do some things to kind of bring this area back to life, because when chickens are on the same area for a really long time, they create a lot of erosion and they can kill off most of the plant life. I still had grass in here, but it just doesn't look very good. And I just wanted to let it just rest for a little while in here without a whole bunch of chicken interference. The chickens have been limited to outer Chickenlandia for a little bit over a month, and they're doing really well over there. And there's actually still grass over there, even though it's a smaller chicken yard. I just don't have the number of chickens that it would take for them to just go through that grass like right away. If I had more chickens, if I had more standard sized chickens, really, if I had better foragers, probably all that grass over there would be gone by now. But my chickens are still not overcrowded, even though they're in a smaller area. That means that there's still a little bit of plant life over there, but it doesn't look that great. You know, eventually I'm gonna have to let them back into this area. First off, I want to tell you, this is pretty obvious, but in case you don't know, the less chickens you have and the bigger space you have, the more able you are going to keep things growing in your run. So for instance, my chickens have been in this space for 3 years, and there's still plant life here because this is such a big space. Like, they have a lot of space. If I had more chickens, they would just plow through this. In Chickenlandia 1.0, where I was before we moved here, it was a suburban area. I lived in a subdivision. My chickens had less space, and there was absolutely no grass in the chicken yard. Like, if a blade just like decided to poke its head up, like, that's it. The chickens are gonna eat it right away. And that's normal. Don't worry about that. It's important to know, like, when people ask me, oh my gosh, how do you have grass? And they might feel bad about their own situation. The reason I have grass is because I have so much space, and I don't have as many chickens as it would take to get all the grass out of here with the space that we have. Just remember, the more space you have, the less chickens you have, the more likely you will be able to grow grass in your chicken run. Now, when we moved here, the grass looked beautiful. I mean, it was so gorgeous. I just loved just watching my chickens on it. I was literally like crying the first time I let my chickens out in their run. They just look beautiful. I don't think there's anything more beautiful than a chicken that is, in the grass or out on pasture. That's just a beautiful image. It doesn't look like that anymore because of the erosion that my chickens have created. And part of that is that the soil has just gotten really hard. So when I first moved my chickens into outer Chickenlandia, I spread some grass seed out into this yard, and some of it has been growing but not very well. So after talking to my friend Julie, who has great ideas, she suggested to me, you should probably aerate back there. So I got these crazy boot things. I'm gonna show them to you. These are like aerating shoes, or you attach them to your boots. So I got them, I took them out of the box, I put them on my feet, and I just started walking around the chicken yard. Aerating the yard has really helped to break up that really hard, compacted dirt that the chickens have created, and I am going to spread out some more seed and just keep watering. And I'm gonna do that for another few weeks. And then eventually I'm gonna have to let the chickens back in here, but it's gonna look so much better. And I can't wait to see what that looks like. We're gonna go back to the future here in a few minutes because we time travel here in Chickenlandia. We do, Pickles. She's like, what? No one told me that. Yes, we're gonna go back to the future here in a few minutes. But before we do that, I wanna show you something. It is a way for you to have, even if you're on a super small lot, fresh vegetation for your chickens, which is so important, not just for them, but it will also make their eggs healthier. So let me show you what I have. You remind me of somebody. Remind me of somebody named Kiki. All right, so here I have my chicken salad bars. What this is basically, it's just a raised bed that I put, well, I say I put, Julie actually put, she stapled hardware mesh onto this raised bed. And we planted some seeds underneath it. And what happens is that those plants, without the interference from the chickens, because they can't get to it through the wiring, they can't get to the seeds, they can't dig up the sprouts, they can't get to the seeds. So the plant life just kind of grows up through the wiring, and then the chickens can eat it. And it is a great thing to do if you have limited space. Your chickens can still have fresh greens. I did this for the first time at Chickenlandia 1.0. It was a great success there. I learned it from a friend of mine, and I have never looked back. I just think it's so great. And even in this yard where I have so much, I can grow grass back here, it's great because I can grow like veggie sprouts and stuff like that they would probably eat pretty quickly if I just planted them in the yard. I can grow those and they can get that extra nutrient. So this is just a great idea if you don't have a lot of space. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go back to the future so we can see how this yard looks after being aerated and after lots of watering. Oh boy. Okay, friends, we are in the future. For real, we went into the future, no cap. I am in outer Chickenlandia right now, and I am going to go into regular Chickenlandia, and we're going to see how the grass is doing. So as you can see, the grass is coming in really well. It's still pretty patchy, so I'm not going to let the chickens in here yet, like the full flock. I've got Pickles in here with me. Where are you, Piccolina? The chickens are doing okay. On the other side, they have enough space. They're doing fine. So I'm gonna give it maybe another week. I think the aerating helped. It would probably be better if I had like a real aerator and not like the shoes. But I just don't want to invest that much because after all, it is a chicken yard. I feel like it's doing great in here. I love the way it's looking. There's actually like plants coming up. Yeah, I think it looks great. The chicken salad bar is doing really well, and I just want to tell you, you can get really creative with what you plant in the chicken salad bars. In fact, you could plant herbs in them. I have a whole video about all the herbs that you can plant for your chickens, that you can give to your chickens, and all the different benefits that they have for your flock. That video is on the screen right now. It's 100% friendly, backyard chickens, education, and entertainment, and I know you're gonna love it. Come here, Pickles. Come here, let's cuddle.